Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Price. In this video, we are continuing to focus on a monthly topic from Arion, the Lyran Council of Time, to build a progression of wholeness within you. Wholeness is the overall energies for the year. And of course, core to that is your state of being. So please make sure to watch last month's video if you haven't done that already, because I love how this month's focus is really building on that concept of state of being so that we're refining these concepts that we know into the wisdom of experience. And of course, the activation later in the video really highlighted such a beautiful part of the physical, non-physical blend that we experience here. Of course, I'll talk about that later. The ascension topic for this month is free ideas. And there are two main parts of this that were highlighted for me. The first is that you are open to new ideas and information, not just limited to what has been, but a new experience, a new potential, new possibilities. And the other important aspect that I was shown is that your mental energy is free, that it's open, that it's not consciously or unconsciously dense or restrictive. And I've had this experience many times when I was tense or I was nervous about something that I wanted to change. And this is actually even why I add this or something better to any kind of creative directives that I'm focusing on so that I make sure that I'm consciously leaving myself open to other potentials that I may not have imagined. And sometimes it's clear that you're tense or you're nervous or restrictive about something. I've been in really stressful times that when I finally neutralized even just a little, it made a big difference in the flow of the energy. But I've also been in experiences that I didn't really realize that I was resistant. But when it became clear and I did some healing work around it, things really began moving a lot faster after that because I had softened into an openness, into a state of being, and life was able to flow more. So, versus that state of being that we focused on last month, where it's really more about remaining open, we're continuing that, but now with a little more mental directness with it. And free ideas, it's a powerful creative state. When you're in that state of being and your mind is open, it's easy to kind of overlook how powerful that is. But we are in the experience of duality and integrating our conscious creation with the subtle, connective, natural flow of life. So part of your work is the specifics, the contraction, the action, the tension, and the direction of your creation. Part of it is also the openness, the intuitive, the unknown, nurturing and relaxing of creation. And of course, trust and safety are so necessary for that openness, that blend of your state of being, and then starting to direct your mental flow from that openness. And of course, you're not going to feel 100% open or trusting and safe at all times, but you work yourself into that state of being conscious with your open awareness, which is actually hearkening back a few months as all of these topics keep building on each other. Free Ideas is calling you to use your brilliant and valuable mind while integrating the laws of the subtle realm, which aligns you with your heart flow, more connection, and ultimately more wholeness. So that you're using your brilliant mind to map some of the changes that you want to experience in your heart. And you keep it free in the sense that it's not restricted to controlled outcomes like winners or losers or time frames, things that you're overly controlling. You want to trust yourself and trust life, even when you're in that cloud of doubt. Trust that broader flow of life that you are in human form, because you are creating the human experience. You're not controlling it. That's a false power. You are creating it because you were born deserving to co-create the human experience. And when you notice you're feeling limited, like you can't access free ideas, you want to free the old ideas from your overall energetic information. For instance, you may find a restrictive idea and then genuinely free your energy from it by reframing that. And I did a video on this in detail last year, so I'll link that below so that you can reframe your focus into something that's more open, more free ideas. And of course, this topic also aligns with the tri-wave brain flow that Ariane has talked about, that allows greater connection between the frontal lobe, your creative, moral, new, innovative mind, connecting with the subconscious, the vast, the tapped in on a broader level. And that links us into the superconscious more and more. And this also allows inspiration and information to flow more easily as you're navigating the physical realm adeptly. And this ties into that vision that I was shown for the overall energies of wholeness, which is that circular flow that has that strong core within it, so that energy is flowing in and out, flowing through much more easily. And that's your coherent, amplified electromagnetic field, receiving and emitting information more naturally. It's transforming more easily because it's that loving heart mind connection that amplifies your electromagnetic coherence, and that makes that transformation easier and moving along much quickly than it would if you were denser. And again, that upcoming transmission is perfect for this, of course. But you are being called to refine your mental flow so that you're blending your access into the subtle connective realm and the physical realm of experience, linear time, the experience of separation. You're in a state of being, that wholeness that you are, both of those, the all in one, the oneness in all, the timeless in time, the free ideas in the realm of conditions. And you may not have all the answers or how those outcomes could even be possible, but you don't control the how and the when. You are the container of potentials, holding that wholeness, that all within. You're dreaming the dream, as a creator does. Open to free ideas, free within that safety of trusting life, deciding with an inner authority that is yours. And it's yours because you are sacred life. You're creating life. Open your mind to the power that you are. Now, before I talk about the transmission and I also give you an intention for the month, I do want to remind you that my 2024 online teaching schedule is available. I'm teaching light language in depth for those of you that are drawn to experiencing this sacred and natural communication with life. Very expansive of the mind. That's one of the things that I love so much about light language. And I'm also teaching crystalline soul healing, which is a profound Lyran modality. It is a vast template of instructions for the higher self to release and activate deeply, creating real transformation and change within. It's a fascinating modality that integrates and also teaches universal law into the physical in great detail. So, both of those are available on my website. I'll link that below so that you can catch the early discounts. Now, this healing transmission, it was so sweet. It is helping to stair step your free ideas into your heart so that you're not only accepting and dancing with the linearity that we experience here, but that you're readjusting as it's beneficial for your co-creation. It also helps to balance those opposites of directing and taking action with the softness and the openness of readjusting. There was also a lot of healing around honoring and loving yourself so that you're more able to trust yourself and trust life as you're navigating change, navigating creation, especially since so much is out of our control here. It was just a beautiful activation, really supporting that heart mind connection, but that inner flow of love so that the wholeness that you are is more able to flow new information, free ideas into the physical realm. The intention that I was given for this topic to help you activate and expand more of that freedom within your brilliant mind is I am infinitely creative. I am infinitely creative. And repeat that throughout the day. Repeat it both aloud and silently, depending on what's appropriate in the moment. And observe how you're feeling with it, especially when you're experiencing things that don't really feel as free or creative for you. That is just a moment in time, which of course means constant change. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment below about the free ideas that you would like to hold within your sacred space. And from this quarter's card reading, what future are you creating with your unique perspective, your unique free ideas? I hope you have a wonderful February and enjoy the crystalline soul healing and light language.
Mnem aromam chanat rurkrema at erut, premahorat anshurut num sakrorat al renenet suchur undium. Mnem hariet tuktur at sal renen hestor met orum bar ekrearat enenso, prem hashtairumatsum, bar ekral hreniet so, tairo huerma at grene at nim suchurut oakri, grenhet iret samshurk mat im. Prema neret sanshoret had kranet it suchurum hamni erut urokrol renehat sud rade an mram akrau rat al runun such prem hat ikrendet kral hranat it sur an shairuma premar in granat heruma aratsal da urut ukurut unmahar im prema a Rehri it should krorat an hitne erd Kror haniat dot sachurat al grenet eat suchum bran haniat rut okwa kier utorum a saner stor and sokoret anot ma im. From hoa andat al renen su shanot krom sachanat akrayerat and il runo uma prayer o koratan krem storet sukroretet grel rnanat sum steinum brer hani at no hokorum brenat in such unum akriere tendiet am marat sekrand hat erot o steirot rumdat ekrandat prem hani erot suchanet ektiet akrodat imma brenna hat sam steirumat kranat enet en breierot o sayastum kan Tani san sorostairomat mea am bramahor antatsuk ort andiet henet eret suchum branhni eret such kranat and such sham branat orem hakriret el renehe torand sa wam krandat tanat andot sum shairo kama bremhnit sandot kordat hiret and inema sun shairomak am ekrorata sam stairomat sim ororat anir anem kananat sana